Good morning, students. You can find in your screen here the last lesson, okay, and which incidentally is your first chapter. So there is irony here. The last lesson is our first chapter, okay, and something is written about the author here. So we'll see what is written here. Alphonse Daudet, he was a French novelist and short story writer. The last lesson is set in the days of Franco-Prussian War, okay, in which France was defeated by Prussia led by Bismarck. Prussia then consisted of what now are the nations of Germany, Poland, and parts of Austria. In this story, the French districts of Alsace and Lorraine have passed into Prussian hands. Okay, now what you have learned here about you have learned about author. He was a French novelist, and he writes about the war between Prussia and France. You must have read in history that Prussia consisted of Germany, Poland, and parts of Austria. It is mentioned here also. Okay, so actually it was same. Okay, now due to some wars, there was some necessity that Germany was bifurcated into different other nations also. Okay, so here in this story, especially, you find that Prussia has defeated France, and some of the territories of France had been taken over by Prussia. Alsace and Lorraine, these are the districts of France which have been taken over by, conquered by Prussia. Okay. Now these are some words you will find in great dread of, counted on, thumbed at the edges, in unison, a great vessel, reproach ourselves with. Okay, these words I will not be telling you directly, but when we read the chapter, we will come to know about these words. Okay, so I started for school very late that morning and was in great dread of the scolding, especially because Mr. Hamel had said that he would question us on participles, and I did not know the first word about them. Now, here narrator is I here. So I would like to share with you that I is a Franz. I is Franz, and Franz is a young boy, and he is studying in a school in Alsace. Okay, and Mr. Hamel is his teacher, and you come across the word in great dread of. That means he was scared a lot. He was frightened due to the scolding of Mr. Hamel. Okay, he was expecting the scolding on that day also, and he had not completed his task of the participles. Mr. Hamel had given him some task, but he had not completed. He had not learned the participles, and that's why he was in great dread of scolding. Okay. For a moment, I thought of the running away and spending the day out of doors. It was so warm, so bright. The birds were chirping at the edge of the woods, and in the open field back of the sawmill, the Prussian soldiers were drilling. It was all much more tempting than the rule for participles, but I had the strength to resist and hurried off to school. Now you find here when the child was going to school, when Franz was going to school, he found so many temptations. Okay, he found the birds were chirping. He found that Prussian soldiers, they were drilling, they were doing some exercise. So this was more tempting for the boy, and he wanted to enjoy the scene here. But he was also scared of Mr. Hamel, so he could control his temptations. Okay, and he had the strength to resist his temptation. That means he could control his temptations, and he hurried towards the school. Understood here? Okay, now you found here that Mr. Hamel is the teacher and Franz is the student, and Franz is not that much interested in studies, and when he is going to school he finds so many attracting things, he finds so many attractions on the way, and he wants to enjoy those things, but he is also scared, or you can say scared, as he had to reach school in time, otherwise he would get scolding from Mr. Hamel. Okay, so the question comes here, why he was reluctant to go to school? Anyone can tell? Okay, because he had not completed his home task. And secondly, what were the temptations on the way? So you can see here the Prussian soldiers were drilling and the birds were chirping and there was a beautiful scenery and he wanted to enjoy that, but he could not help himself and he hurried towards the school. Okay, these are the questions which can be taken note. When I passed the town hall, there was a crowd in front of the bulletin board. For the last 2 years, all our bad news had come from there. The lost battles, the draft, the orders of the commanding officer, and I thought to myself without stopping, what can be the matter now? Now, here, see, when he was moving ahead, he found that there was a lot of crowd in front of a bulletin board. A notice board was there displayed, and it was some information was written on this, and people were just reading that information. Okay, and now we find something here. We get some information that some bad news was coming. Now, what was the bad news here? I have already mentioned that Prussia had taken over some territories of France, and the bad news about lost battles, about different law and order, what was being posed by the commanding officer, everything was there. Okay, so the child could understand that there are again there must have been some bad news for him. Okay, then as I hurried by as fast as I could, the blacksmith watcher who was there with his apprentice reading the bulletin called after me. Don't go so fast, bub. You will get to school in plenty of time. Okay. The boy did not stop there to see what was written on the bulletin board. The blacksmith was there. His name was Watcher, and he was there with his apprentice. That means his assistant was also there, and they were reading the bulletin. Okay, then he just told something mockingly to the boy that he should not go fast. Okay, you have plenty of time to reach school. Actually, that means we can sense something here that he must have read the bad news what was there, and he was just making a joke of this. Okay, and he was making a fun of France. I thought that I thought he was making fun of me and reached Mr. Hamill's little garden all out of breath. Okay, he ran and reached there very fast. Usually, when school began, there was a great bustle which could be heard out in the street, the opening and closing of desks, lessons repeated in unison, very loud with our hands over our ears to understand better, and the teacher's great ruler rapping on the table. But now it was all so still. I had counted on the commotion to get to my desk without being seen. But of course, that day everything had to be as quiet as Sunday morning. Now you can find out here. Okay, when he went to the school, generally he was expecting which was usual happenings now in normal days, but on that day there was something unusual. Okay, there was no hustle and bustle there, and there was actually in normal days there was a lot of noise. The children were making noise, and there was a opening and closing of decks, and the children were repeating the lessons in unison, in togetherness, and they were reading very proudly. And you can find here that the teacher, he was wrapping his ruler on the table. This was the normal situation. Okay, normal days he was, this kind of scene was always present in that classroom, but today it was something unusual. But now it was all so still. I had counted on the commotion to get to my desk without being seen. But of course, that day everything had to be as quiet as Sunday morning. Everything was quiet. There was no noise at all. It was just like Sunday morning. It was just like a holiday. And when he entered inside, he just thought about just stealing inside, means reaching to his desk very silently so that he could not be seen. Okay, you must have seen that whenever some child comes late, then he gets some scolding from the teacher, or he feels ashamed himself and he wants to hide himself from others. Okay. Through the window, I saw my classmates already in their places, and Mr. Hamel walking up and down with his terrible iron ruler under his arm. I had to open the door and go in before everybody. You can imagine how I blushed and how frightened I was. Okay. Now, what you see here, he saw through the window that his classmates, they were already seated in their places, and Mr. Hamel was walking with his ruler. Ruler means something which is used for pointing out the things, like if he is teaching, and is also used to tap on the boards by some teachers, okay, just to attract the attention. Okay. So he opened the door, the boy opened the door, and he was feeling that he had to go before everybody as there was no noise. If was in normal days he would have entered easily, but on that day there was absolute silence, and he would definitely be caught by everyone, and they could very well see him that he was late. So he blushed, he felt ashamed, and he was very frightened. Okay. Why he was frightened? First of all, he was frightened due to as he was expecting some scolding from the teacher, and secondly he was frightened due to the shame which he would have to face in front of others for being late. Okay. But nothing happened. Mr. Hamel saw him and said very kindly, go to your place quickly, little Franz, we were beginning without you. Okay. Mr. Hamel didn't say anything. It was very surprising that in normal days he would have scolded him, but on that day, particular day, he did not scold him at all. He just asked him to sit in a chair. Okay. I jumped over the bench and sat down at my desk. Not till then, when I had got a little over my fright, did I see that our teacher had on his beautiful green coat, his filled. You can see here the child is there. The scene, these are the attraction. Some people are moving about. Okay, so he has his bag with him, and he is thinking something, and we can imagine here that he is not interested to go to school. Okay. This is Mr. Hamel, and he is dressed in very ceremonial dress. Okay, he was wearing that coat and frilled shirt and the little black silk cap, all embroidered, that he never wore except on inspection and prize days. Besides, the whole school seemed to so strange and solemn. But the thing that surprised me most was to see on the back benches that were always empty the village people sitting quietly like ourselves, old Hauser with his three-cornered hat, the former mayor, the former postmaster, and several others besides. Everybody looked sad, and Hauser had brought an iron primer, thumbed at the edges, and he held it open to his knees with his great spectacles lying across the pages. Okay, now we can make out from this passage that when he entered inside, there was so many unusual things. There was no noise at all. Mr. Hamel was dressed in best coat, as if he was there for some inspection or some annual function. Okay, and in the back benches, he found that on the back benches he found that some people were sitting quietly, and he found that Hauser. Then there was a mayor, and the postmaster also was there, and some many more people were sitting on the back benches. So this was very unusual. In normal days, those back benches were always empty, and so and on that day, particular day, the unusual thing was there that these people were also was sitting there. Now, this comes in the mind of the child. What was the reason why they were there? Okay, and he could see that some of the villagers, some of the people sitting over there, they had their primers, old primers, like you can say primary books with them. Okay, so what kind of books this could have been? Okay, that means they also wanted to learn on that day. Can you tell me what was the reason for that? Why they were there? Any guesses from your side? Okay, my question to the students, anyone volunteer can stand up and tell me what was unusual on that day in the classroom. Okay, you can understand by reading the passage that there was no opening and closing of desk. There was absolute silence, and Mr. Hamel was dressed in perfect dress, in ceremonial dress, and some people they were sitting at the back benches, and they were having their primers, their books with in their hands, and Mr. Hamel did not scold him for being late. Okay, now I want every one of you to read this portion silently